Hey buddy, Jose. So this video is gonna be my Iron Man 1 review, basically. So let me explain how this works. Because WandaVision is to come out soon, at January 15, and there's a bunch of Marvel films I've actually reviewed. I reviewed Black Panther, I reviewed Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, Far From Home, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I already reviewed those on this channel already, and I want to keep it going. I want to talk about the MCU a bit more, but in order to do that, I have to talk about my thoughts about the MCU, like pretty much in a way. So basically, how it's gonna work is this is January 4th. I'm filming this right now, so I have like about I think 19 MCU films to review. I'm gonna try to keep every review about 10 minutes at least, and we talked about more about details in the comments pretty much. So what I'm gonna be doing is when WandaVision comes out, I will watch it and I'll do a review of it at episode by episode. However, I wouldn't post that with that. For example, episode 1 of WandaVision, I will post that video once I do the other, once I'm finished with my MCU reviews. Does make sense? So I have like Iron Man 1 all the way to Thor Ragnarok, pretty much. So to review. So I know a lot about I've been watching MCU for like years, pretty much. So I just understand these shows, understand these films real quick. I'm done. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I don't have any videos on this channel yet. But Spoiler Territory, that channel. I'm in a new channel called Spoiler Territory. It's basically what you usually see here, and I'll move it to a new channel because I just want to do like MCU stuff here, and also on top of all of this MCU stuff, I also want to review The Flash and Black Lightning. Season 4 Black Lightning will be its last season, unfortunately, which I'm kind of upset on that, but it's a TV show. I understand why it's such. Anyway, and also in the what do you call it? In Spoiler Territory, I will talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Cloak and Dagger, The Runaways, Inhumans, even so, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, The Defenders, stuff like that on that channel, because this here is more MCU stuff, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is also MCU, but there's like a lot, and I'll explain more on that when I make that video, why it's on Spoiler Territory and not here. So anyways, I'll be making a lot of videos here soon, so let's get right into the video. So pretty much, something I really love about the first Iron Man is that there was like a lot of pressure in how big and successful this film was going to be. So I feel like Jon Favreau really did a really great job introducing this character that's going to be so iconic and for after decades, pretty much. And there was also going to be so much ways the way the film was made was going to be really important for not only Robert Downey Jr. but also for the Marvel fans as well, who are fans of the comics. I've never read much of those comic books, pretty much, but I do love one reason why I love the films is because producing films like this, I feel like in this film Robert really showed us Tony Stark in a really unique way, in ways that a lot of people weren't expecting, pretty much. That film was really fun to watch because I felt like it was I felt like if you watched it in this age you are now, when it came out, you will feel like you will understand that film was gonna start something really massive in a really great way. There's things that make Tony Stark Iron Man stand out. The fact that he built the suit from a cave, which really showed that he didn't do anything from he puts his mind to it, especially since in that film Tony was under pressure and he's trying to escape and get back home after being kidnapped pretty much. Something I actually kinda liked was I did like Terrence Howard's performance in the film. I don't know. I honestly didn't realize why he really left. No, I'm just mad about it. Anyways, I think he was really decent in this film. I felt like he was a great roadie, pretty much. So something I also find interesting is the way Tony interacts with Pepper, pretty much. I feel like those two were like pretty much they were starting to get to know each other a little bit more, and the pacing with the relationship was pretty great. I really love how it was. Pepper and Tony are not perfect in the way they are, but I feel like the bands within how Tony is and how Pepper is really sets out pretty well. I really like Gwyneth Paltrow's performance as Pepper Potts. I really liked it. She was in this film. Also liked it. Clark Gregg was also in this film, right? Yeah, he was also in this film. It's a great start to introduce Shield without saying Shield, pretty much, in a way. I think he said, and I think, yeah, he did. Jeff Bridges, who plays the villain. He was a pretty decent villain. Not the most evil one, but he's pretty much just Tony's competition, pretty much, besides Justin Hammer, Bridges' son, in the other film. But anyways, for this film, I feel like he was just a rival, pretty much Tony's enemy in a way. So I feel like he was going to find it made sense for him to be the villain. He wanted to pretty much wanted to show Tony that he could do so much more with the Iron Man, with the Stark Industries touch than he realizes, and then it's obviously that turned for the worse as well. So also something that I really liked about that film was that Jon Favreau's performance as well. I really love how he says much in the film, right? I really like that he was in this film, especially that he directed. Yeah, something that I felt like that was really weird to see the director also in the film as well, and him interacting with him, having his own character to interact with Tony in a way. So that was really nice, great thing that the MCU pretty much did, was introduce Tony. When Tony speaks to certain characters, it's like you see a different side of him, but it's still the same side pretty much. I really love how the process of the suits are making work, how he started off the suit from the cave, then the silver one, and then he painted the dual one. I really did like how in this film he pretty much spoke to Jarvis, pretty much how I feel like he was his right hand man besides Rhodey, of course. But yeah, it was a lot of fun stuff too. There's a lot of great elements to this character, and how I felt like Tony really needed Jarvis' guidance pretty much in a way. Something in this film that I really find fascinating is that the action was pretty decent. I felt like it was really action packed in a way, and also had a lot of great. I really loved the storytelling of it, how Tony wanted to do more and be his father, but also be himself in a way, and also having Pepper and Brody and and everyone else wanting helping him out. Whenever I rewatch Iron Man 1, I feel like that the reason why I want to rewatch it is like a good reminder of the start of the MCU in a way, and it makes me want more projects from Marvel pretty much to exist, because it feels like there was like a lot of great character development and build up to what the directors and writers wanted to have the characters to go through, especially for example Tony, where he wanted to actually wanted to become so much more than he realizes, and there was a lot of great things that he has done to make himself I won't say the word worldly, but I feel like something that I find fascinating about how Robert portrays Tony in a way is that Robert understands why Tony has to be this way, has to feel that way, has to react in certain ways when he's in certain situations as well. And I like how the part where he's like talking to Pepper pretty much in that party, he was like they were like dancing out. I really like that scene because it was really, you get to know him a little bit more in that way, and there was also a lot of great moments with Pepper and Tony. They really, I felt like, for example, that part really stood out. I really loved how it worked out so well. What do you think about the first Iron Man? Do you feel like because of the fact that he was like pretty much the first MCU character brought to life in a way, do you feel like since he's been there for so long, even though he was, killed off in Endgame pretty much, do you feel like he's like overrated or not? Because I feel like a lot of people say he's a little bit overrated. I think it's because he's been in all the MCU for so long. I feel like that's not really a good logical reason to call him overrated in a way. I feel like he's, in a way, for this film itself mostly, I feel like he's really underrated. There's a lot of reasons why he is underrated. For example, is that it's the start of a character journey pretty much, and in the storytelling in a way. So I feel like there's a lot of one of the reasons why I loved it. I feel like he's underrated is because he just wants to use his mind. Tony goes off the rails here and there, but I feel like he always puts himself back up pretty much in a way, and stands up for what he wants and needs and wants. That's something that I really like about that film is when in the end credit scene we see Tony talking. He sees Nick Fury and he tells him about this is the better world, and he doesn't know yet. It's a really great way to really end the film though, completely, to show that there's so much more the MCU has to offer during that time. At the time of its release, there was it showed a lot of great potential for the films. Yeah, also really great. That I feel like that was a really, in a way, perfect and a great scene for that film. Yeah. Just join the comment section, and yeah, what you guys love about Iron Man 1, what you guys don't like. Share the video you guys want, or excited for the other MCU stuff as well. So I would like subscribe. I'll see you guys soon.